y está leyendo el programa de Footsteps to Brilliance. Estudiantes, pero mira, no está nomás mirando, está platicando, está averiguando, está usando las palabras del cuento.
The letter B. Yes, it starts with the letter B. Hey, Kenya, it's your turn. Ah, look, the little truck went forward.
Forward.
Mm-hmm.
And now it went backwards.
Mm-hmm. Then it went backward. Hey, listen.
Out in the cold. The great big truck will dump its load.
Ah, what kind of truck is this called? Do you remember?
A dump truck.
A dump truck. Yes, all right.
Dump.
Tony's turn. Oop, again. Ah, it was dumping.
And it goes away.
And then it went away, you're right.
And when it go away.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
Crash, crash, crash.
Hey, Cecilia, it's your turn again.
Crash, crash. Why you crash?
You did. Is it full now or is it empty?
Empty.
Mm-hmm. It started out full and then it was empty.
Así las palabras de inglés. Y cada libro se presenta en inglés y también en español. Y ya puede cambiar para ver si entiende bien las palabras. Estos son los programas de este Footsteps to Brilliance. Vamos a repasarlos en la iPad, ¿ok? Pero tienen libros, una biblioteca de muchos libros en español y en inglés. Enseñamos a los niños que miran primero al título y al dibujo y pregúntales, ¿de qué se trata este cuento? Y después siempre que tientan la bocina, the speaker, antes de hacer lo demás. Escucha bien de qué se trata el cuento y a ver si va con el dibujo. Y escucha otra vez, a ver si entiende las palabras. Y después que tiente el dibujo, a ver las actividades. Voy a mirar el dibujo. Y así usando las palabras de la luna llena. Mira que hay animales, una casita, están en la granja. Y después escuchan.
They tiptoe, they creep. Where's Farmer Black? In his bed, fast asleep.
Así puede preguntar, ¿cómo se llama el Señor? ¿Quién es? ¿Qué hace? ¿Ok? Y ahora vamos a ver los animales creeping. ¿Ok? Tienta bien así los animales. Y así están creeping. And just take out their cell phone and say, remember the story about the cow? Tell me what the cow did. And you have a little conversation. You're still talking to them, but they're not bothering you because they're busy looking at the story, and you can get your work done, and you know they're still learning and having a good time.
I'd rather see them do this than be watching television because they're interacting with it.
Yeah.
It's the school to go.
Yeah, it is. It's school to go. That's exactly what I like. That school to go.
School on the go. Very good.
Yeah.
You have to
We're gonna
coin
use
that
that.
one.
We're
That's
using
school
that.
on the go. Yeah. They said some amazing things when we talked about our goals. They were talking about wanting their children to be curious and be investigating their world, and they had some great ideas for this, for their kids with this. So
I have an iPad at home,
you do?
and my little boy started using it when he was 2.5. He's speaking English.
So he's learning it. That's his main source of language
Which
from
just
the iPad.
games, see videos, and play a little bit, and
Right.
they learn a lot
Right.
of English.
The other nice thing is they keep adding to this program. So they just added all of the animal alphabet books, and then they added a part that teaches children the sounds of the letters, the phonic sounds, and they just continue to add. So that it's not, once they read all these books, they've done everything. There's lots more coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also it's very simple.
Yeah,
To use
right.
Yeah.
You don't see so many icons, so it's very simple.
No ads. It's
Very easy.
And I don't think they thinking they learning.
They don't.
They play. They use. They don't say. I have to do like work. They use playing and learning.
Yeah.
And it's fun for them.
And that's the best kind of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They learn through play.
yeah. So
And thank you for doing this for the kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for being here and taking advantage of it.
If I may interrupt, we also wanted to let you know that this is available to other children throughout Napa County.
Right.
Not just children that are in our NCOE preschools. So if you have friends with kids that are in another preschool or maybe are not in preschool at all, we have these cards that you can take with you. It tells you how to download the app and where to go, and it's all free.
You keep hearing everyone say that parents are their child's first teacher, but you are. You are the most important teachers. And when you get excited because your children are happy and learning doing something like this, that inspires them. They want to please you. And so they do it because it's fun intrinsically, but also because you're enjoying them learning. So it just feeds on itself, and they will come to kindergarten so prepared, you won't believe it. They'll just take off from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dijo que qué bueno que ustedes tienen tanto interés de ser sus primer maestros y de seguir así, aprendiendo ustedes, que van a gozar así con ustedes en participar en este programa y que siguen adelante con ellos. Qué bueno que ustedes tienen tanto interés en participar en eso.
Okay.
¿Y dijo algo más?
No, sí, gracias por lo que
And if you have your iPads with you or your smartphones, we can help you download the app right now.
Oh,
That way you can take it home.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, my favorite are the
Hi, Superintendent Nemko. Great to see you here.
Well, hello, welcome.
How are you? Thank
I'm
you.
so glad to see you.
So you did a parent workshop tonight.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How did it go?
It went very well. It went very well. We had very engaged parents tonight.
How many have you done so far?
I'd say this is my sixth parent presentation.
Fantastic. So the word is getting out?
It is getting out slowly, and it's not easy in a little town like ours to get information out to people. So I was glad to see them here.
Yes,
Yeah.
great group of parents, very involved. Asked a lot of
They
good
went
questions.
home with their
and
pockets full of flyers to pass
They
out to
did.
their friends.
Have any of them used it before, or this was their first introduction?
This was their first introduction for all of them. One gentleman had seen it and was actually motivated enough to try to log on and find it for himself, and wasn't able to get into it. So he was very excited to find out how he could do that using his own cell phone.
And our goal when they leave here is that they walk out with, we hope that they'll bring their cell phone or their iPad with them, and they'll leave with their login information. We'll get them registered so they can go home and start using it right off the bat with their kids.
Wonderful. I've been looking at your numbers of how many words the kids have been exposed to and how many books they've read, and you are going gangbusters.
Oh, great. Well, that's wonderful to hear. No, the kids love it. Once they've been introduced to the stories, they start to own the stories, and they want to listen to them over and over again and try the games out and
Be still my heart.
get better and better at the games. So it's a wonderful program. And now it's a fun challenge because they want to sing the songs, and they're recording their own voices, and they're writing their own stories. So it's a lot more active, and that's a rich part of this program.
And they've added some new pieces, the whole phonics piece.
Yes, the mega mouth decoders. Yes,
How are they liking those?
they're liking them. It's kind of funny because sometimes it'll catch me by surprise because I've never heard them make those sounds before, and they'll be saying ah ah ah, and they'll be starting to do the rhymes, and they don't realize that the words they're saying are pretty difficult words. They're just mimicking them, and they're engaged in it. So I'm hopeful that program will help them also.
Oh, I caught my granddaughters using that program the other
Yeah.
day because they love the record part and listening to their own
Yes.
voices. So
Yeah.
that is particularly engaging.
It is. It is. It makes it a lot of fun too for them. Yeah,
Wonderful.
which is
So
important.
you've been using this program now for about 4 years.
Yes. Mhm.
And do you see a big difference, or do the first grade teachers see a big difference when the kids go on?
Yes, actually, they actually see the students assuming a lot more responsibility for their own learning, and they make decisions about what they're doing, and programs like this help them do that. That was the surprise that the first grade teachers who had no experience with iPads, they were surprised to find that these students came in with some independence about their learning related to using iPads, and many of them were able to learn from the students how to use Footsteps to Brilliance and programs like this. that was a
love it.
nice surprise for them.
We have come a long way in 4
We
years,
have.
haven't we?
Yes.
From when people said, you're doing what? With iPads for
Right.
preschool kids?
Right.
Are you
Yeah.
crazy? To where we are today.
I know. I think just understanding how keyed into good brain research this program is makes it such a valuable tool, and that we're really helping parents understand it's still about language. It's still about being involved with your children and exploring the world. And I loved it when that one parent said, I want my child to love investigating the world. And I thought that was
Wow.
just what it's all about. So,
And I heard one mother say on the way out, I learn a new word every day.
through the
Right.
iPad
Right.
with her stories.
And that's a big
Yeah.
part of this being in English and Spanish. The parents are also
Yeah.
learning English vocabulary along with their kids. And so they're learning together, and that seems to excite them, I think.
We could see them tonight flipping from one to a pony. What's that in Spanish? What's that in English? They
Right.
were flipping back and forth to hear the Spanish and English pronunciation of the words. So it's pretty, they're very excited.
Thank you for doing this. I particularly appreciate it because it's 7 o'clock at night and you're still here and you've already had a long work day, and yet
Yeah. Well, our parents
important
too
enough.
probably got up at 3 a.m. to go out and work in the fields, and they're here really, they want to help their kids. And even if they can't read, they're finding ways to access it through these tools while they're learning. And that was another thing one man said. He says, I like to show my child that I can learn too. And they won't lose them as they move up in school and feel like they're moving, they can move with them and continue to learn. So this is a wonderful tool for keeping that learning open for everybody.
absolutely. I think now there's so much focus on that 30 million word gap.
Yeah.
And if you're a parent who can't read, then you don't have a way to close that gap. But this allows
This
you to
helps
do it
them.
even if you can't read. And I think a lot of parents will learn to read from this
Yes.
because they'll memorize the books the same way the kids will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's so accessible for them now. And thank you, Lori.
Oh, you're welcome. I enjoy it too.
Schedule it and set it all up and
Yeah.
everything.
No, it's fun to see the parents enjoying themselves and learning and
Yep.
getting excited about it.
Well,
It's
thank
great.
you.
It's great. Yeah,
It's fun to do.
it is.